Kill the demons of my mind ever since you came around.
Hello guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm Jose Diaz, and today we're going to continue with the development of our project drawing in Autocad. The first thing we are going to do is to continue with the grid lines. This grid line will connect the columns. So let's check our drawing example. So as you can see, we have grid lines connecting these columns, the rectangular or square columns, with the circular columns. Well, so we have to create these lines and also create the ID for this line. So basically what we're going to do is to create a new layer. This layer we are going to create, the name will be letters, so just will be in AL001, and we are going to select the grid lines, select, and we need to change the type of line. So we need to click here on continuous. So as you can see, when we see this menu, we just have a one type of line, but we need another type of line to make something similar that is on the drawing example. So we have to click here on load. Let's check which line is the best for us. I think it's this one, Autocad dash dot. I think this is the right one. So click here. So we have to select it. Okay. So now our new type of line is here. So we need to close this, and we're going to start with the grid lines. So the first one will connect the center of all lines. So we're going to use the command line, enter. So we need to select the center and the center, enter. So we have our first grid line. So we're going to copy this grid line because we need another one over here. So let's copy here. So okay, this is the center. Now let's do the vertical grid lines. So this one is different. It's around, it's a little bit separate from the center. It's like a, so let's just make a line from here to here. Okay, so which other grid line we have? I think we have, okay, this is go through the center very well. Line. Okay, now we have the grid lines of the rectangular space. Now we have to draw the grid lines for the hexagon space, and we are going to use a new command. The command is to create a constructions lines. So we have to use the command xline, and first we have to specify the center line, the first point from where the line will be extended. So let's choose this center, and now the second point is where the line will pass through. In this case, I need path through this center, and we need to select all the points continuously. So let's select this one and this one. Enter. Now we have all the grid lines. So I recommend you to create a border because these lines are infinite lines. So that could create an issue if we are making drawings outside. So let's create a border with a common circle, so that we make possible for us to cut them. So now let's use the command trim. Click with the right button and let's start to select all the lines we want to cut. This one, this one, this one, this one, this, and that's it. Enter. This one doesn't have a border or doesn't have a line here, so we need to erase it. So we can erase this one, and we can erase this one, this one. Okay, now we have all the grid lines. I think now we are going to continue with the idea of these grid lines. So I recommend you to do a line of 2.5 feet, 2 feet, 6 inches. Enter. And now we need to draw a circle. Circle, enter. The circle needs to have a diameter of maybe 1 feet, 6 inches. Let's move this to here. And now we need to change the layer. Let's go to layer, and we need to change the layer to the letter, this one. And let's change the color, could be this red. Okay, let's close. And now let's use the command text, enter. If we want to create a vertical text, we need to draw a horizontal line like this one. First point, second point, enter. Now we need to write the letter, would be A, enter. Please use letters for the vertical grid lines, and for the horizontal grid lines use numbers. So this is our first grid line. Let's copy the rest of them to here, 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 here. Do not copy this one because we are going to use a mirror. So let's rotate this one. We need to rotate. So let's use the command rotate. Let's check. Let's click the base point. Let's rotate this one. Let's check, or let's select the base point. So this is going to rotate clockwise. The value have to be negative, so minus 45, because all the ID of the grid line have to be aligned to the grid line. So this is going to be E, enter. This is going to be C, enter. This is going to be T, enter. This is going to be E. We need to rotate this one. "45". We need to rotate this one as well. Sorry, this one have to goes to 90 degrees. This one have to go 90 degrees positive. The letter is F. And now let's select all these ones, all the ID, and let's make a mirror. So I use mirror. So our point will be this one. Enter. We can erase this one. Okay. So we have C here. We need to change the ID a little bit just to identify which side we are talking. So this is going to be T as well. We can use whatever symbol we want. Normally we use this one. So, and the letter is E. We need to use the same thing, this one, mirror, and okay. Now we finish with the vertical and with the vertical ID and with the ID for the hexagon. Now let's do the ID for the horizontal grid lines. So let's copy this one and let's rotate this one 90 degrees minus. So let's move to the grid lines here and let's rotate the letter. Move. Okay. This is the number 1 and this is the number 2. Enter. Number 2. Let's move this one a little bit to the center. Okay. We can also make a mirror. For this one. And we are going to create secondary 2. And also as well here. It is important to identify properly all the grid lines. So if we need to identify where things are located, with this proper ID will be easier for us. So now we have all the grid lines identified with the letters and numbers. So now let's work on the walls. I think we can do the walls, yeah. So let's change the layer. Now let's use external walls. Let's select this one. Let's close this. Okay. So let's take a look of our drawing example. So this wall comes from the center to the border. So let's make a line here from the center and this one from the border. Let's move this line up to here. So now we have our first wall. So let's continue with the other one. Okay, the other one comes from the top of the circular column to, it's not going to touch the column body. So line, so let's see, okay, up to here. And now what we have to do is a mirror. Let's look the center and let's make a copy, enter. Now what we need to do is an offset, and this wall has 5 inches thick, so 5 inches, enter. So let's select the object we want the offset will be here, and let's select here, enter. So I think we need to cut this. We can cut this. Oh, let's move this to the column body. And this one, well, we will let that one like that. I think it's what we have on the example. Yeah, it's the same we have on the example. This will be here. I think a proper way will be this one. I think there is a mistake in the image. So let's leave over here. I think it looks much better. Okay. If you want to extend or to move a line, the only thing you have to do is click on this square figure. The name is grids. So you can just click there, and by clicking there you can move the extend or cut the lines. Okay, let's continue with the walls over here. They come from the center line. Let's move it from here to here. And this one, there is another one, 8 feet 2 inches to the right. So let's make a copy. See your copy. Let's select the base point, be this one, and move to the side we want it. So it's 8. Its name is 8 feet 2 inches. 8 feet 2 inches. Enter. And the next wall is 7 feet 10 inches. 7 feet 10 inches. Enter. Okay, now we need to know, we need to cut the line because this space is free. So this has 12 feet 7 inches. Okay, let's move this line. We can copy this line. So 12 feet 7 inches. Enter. Let's move this point to here, this point here, this point here. Okay. And now we need to take a look of the thickness of this wall. Is all of them are 3 inches. So let's make a offset again. 3 inches. Specify how many inches? 3. And let's select this one here, this one here, this one here, this one over here. Enter. Okay. So now basically we have the walls of the rectangular. Oh, sorry. This wall have to touch this one. I apologize for that. Now I think it's completed. Now let's make these walls of this of the hexagon. So we're going to start on this wall. Let's create a line. This line have to be around. Let's make a 3 feet line. Enter. And now we have to rotate this line. Rotate. This is going to be a positive rotation. So it will be 45 degrees. Almost is there. Let's use trim. Click and select what we want to cut. Enter. Now let's use the line because all the circular columns are connected by the center. So let's make a line. L center. Enter. So let's connect this one, this one, this one, this one, and let's create a 3 feet lines over here. We have to rotate. We select the center and the rotation have to be negative 45. Okay, trim, and we need to cut this. Enter. Now we need to do the offset. These walls are 5 inches thick, so offset. Enter. 5 inches. Enter. And we are going to make an offset to the external area. Select offset, select offset, select offset, select. So now, sorry, select offset. Let's erase this one. So now we need to extend the lines. So we're going to use the extend. So we need to choose first the object where we want to extend. So we select this object, enter, and now the object we want to extend, this one. And to offset again, extend, sorry. To select, enter. We have to be sure that we are selecting all the points. We can also extend manually once we have the intersection point. Extend, enter. enter, enter. We need to continue with all of this. Don't worry if you see this extension, because you can cut it with trim after. So extend. Okay, let's move this one up to here. This one is okay. This one can be moved. Okay. This is okay. This one have to be moved as well. And this is the last one. Okay, let's take a look. Looks weird. Okay, now it's okay. Now we have the hexagon completed. The next thing we are going to do are the dimensions. The dimensions are really important because it will give us the space between the grid lines and the size of our drawing. So let's create a new layer. Layer, create a new one. Let's put dimension 001. And the color could be is yellow, number 40. Okay. The line will be the same thing. Okay, before starting, we need to configure the dimensions. So we need to use the main style. So once you see this window, you need to click on modify. Text color have to be by layer. And fill color none. Text height, I think would be 4 inches in this case. It depends on the scale you are working on. And fit. Okay, the primary units have to be in architectural. The precision have to be half an inch. The same thing you configure your units when we started the drawing. Alternate units. So I think this is the only thing we're going to change. The arrow size have to be 4 inches as well. So okay, close. Okay, let's go to layer and let's select dimension layer. I forgot it, sorry. Okay, now we can start with dimension, enter. So let's start on this one. We're going to create a dimension here. And now we're going to create dimension here. I think here's okay. Dimension here and here. We can create a dimension from here to here, from here to here. Maybe from this point to this point. And from this point to this point. This point to this point, the same level. For the thickness of the wall, this one will be useful. For the columns dimension, this will be useful. Now the column body. Okay, the thickness of this wall also. Okay. Okay, so we're finished with the dimension of these spaces. Now let's go with the dimensions of the hexagon. So for this one we need to use, because you need to use the command demali, because the is going to, these are the useful command or the right command for the lines that has a slope or has an angle. So if you need to use a command, please don't forget the demali. So let's select the first point. Our second point will be this one. Next one will be from this one to this one. The amount of dimensions will depend on your drawing, what your client is asking for. Try do not make too much dimensions, because you won't be able to identify all the things inside of your of your drawing, because you will have many things. Remember, we need to put here the electrical equipment, we need to put here the kitchen, the bathroom, and the reception here. So try to use a right amount of dimension. Also use the right colors, because you don't want something too heavy for the site, you know. People wants to see drawings with the balance between everything. So this is, I'm putting a lot of dimensions for this exercise, but you can also make general notes on your drawing and identify um, the dimensions of or the size of everything. So, well, we finished the dimensions, we finished the walls, the grid lines, and we identify all the grid lines. I think our base drawing is finished. Now we can continue with the reception, the bathroom items, people, and everything that is inside. Oh, I almost forgot the mention. We need to look in the menu, angular, and we need to check the angle between this. Okay, enter. Okay, guys, we finished with the exercise on this video. All our architectural uh, elements like walls, columns are finished, and also the dimensions. So on the next video, we are going to create blocks, and we are going to finish we are going to start with the ceiling, with the people, locations, and everything that we need to finish this drawing, and then we will go through the three-dimensional model. So stay tuned. I will be uploading the video soon. Do not forget to subscribe to my channel, because I will allow these videos possible. I hope you are okay. Stay safe, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye.